Yo, what up, everybody? I'm Jay the Kid. That's Broke Boy Bray.
Yo.
And this is another episode of Four Ropes Full Podcast. Crown Jewel. What do we think about this event, Bray?
Like I said, I still gotta watch it, which I actually might do when I go home before I hop back on the game. But I heard some good things about it. I heard Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes was pretty fun. Obviously, AJ and Cena put on a fucking spectacle. Saw that Stephanie Vaquero won. I didn't hear too much about that match though. God, what other matches were on there? The street fight between Roman and Bronson Reed. I heard that was chilled. And obviously Rio versus the Kabuki Warriors, which I expected that one to be good.
Yeah, but I heard they had to go after John Cena.
Damn, really?
So it's like,
see, and I like going into it, I feel like the Cena shit should have been the main event, but I knew they were gonna make it Cody and Rollins just because the fucking one title was on the line.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I got the main event. If WWE would have known what the fuck they known AJ Styles and John Cena was gonna do at they respective
they went out there and tweet.
They literally was the faces of two different things. John Cena was the face of WWE.
I mean, because like somebody had brought up a good point. They were like, if you think about it, like all the like misters of the respective wrestling companies are retiring. Mr. TNA, AJ Styles, he's retiring next year. Mr. New Japan, Tanahashi, he's retiring next year. Mr. WWE, John Cena, he's retiring at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, but John Cena had an entire era. AJ Styles kind of had his little era too in WWE. So it's like he can look.
Yeah, but it's like he's mostly known for like the shit he didn't, TNA.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just saying, like, he able to say he was that nigga in Ring of Honor.
He was that New
nigga
Japan, WWE, fucking TNA, probably some indie scenes we're not thinking of, but nah, he was fucking bugging. I actually saw the other day too that Tony Khan had put on Ring of Honor a old match between Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, and Tyler Black from Ring of Honor.
Oh yeah, I did see that shit.
I need to check that out because I know that match is stupid crazy.
I ain't watch it, but I did see that shit pop up.
I've seen clips from like forever, but I've just never gotten around to like watching it myself.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit that I found out about Tommaso Ciampa is. I ain't gonna lie to you. I respect him a little bit more now after I've seen some shit that he did on the independent scene. Like wrestling clips on TikTok and shit. I was like, all right. I can kind of see
I felt that. I mean, that's kind of how I got put on to like Kyle O'Reilly and Roger Strong. Like, obviously I knew they were good as fuck, but like not really like what they were super capable of. And like I just kept seeing like clips and shit people would post on Twitter of like just their matches. And I'm like, oh, these niggas, they going at it. But yeah, Crown Perth was fire. Definitely a step above WrestlePalooza. And I feel like that's like the huge thing. You not feeling it?
I mean, I'm fucking with it, but at the same time, I think about it like this in a business transaction of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you put on some good spectacles of champion versus champion. But the way y'all are doing it kind of makes you see exactly where the most value is and what title.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it like this. When Nia Jax had that bitch at WrestleMania. No. She had that bitch at SummerSlam? Was it that she won it after winning Queen of the Ring?
Yes. Yeah.
Nia Jax basically lost to Liv Morgan for the Crown Jewel Championship. So what did that make Nia Jax championship run feel like?
Lesser than Liv Morgan's.
Exactly. So therefore, and
kind of the same thing happened to Gunther with Cody shit last year. Like, and it really didn't help Gunther shit because Gunther shit already kind of felt weak at that point. But just doubling down on, now he lost to Cody too. It's like, well, this title run don't don't feel like shit.
So therefore, when Jey Uso won the Rumble, Jey Uso chose Gunther. In your right mind, what makes you think that Gunther could lose to Jey Uso just randomly out the blue? I'm glad he pulled it off, but at what moment did Jey Uso be like, you know what, Gunther is triable? Because Cody Rhodes, same build, same stature, same age gap.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't choose Cody that he can have a normal matchup with and catch this nigga. He chose Gunther. And it made it kind of feel like, okay, you know, John Cena being this main guy, I'm going to challenge him instead of, you know, going for Gunther because Cody has the more deserving championship.
Right.
To be on this stage.
And that's kind of what, remember, we were kind of talking about that, like, you know, elimination last year. With not saying that, like, you know, the world title should feel less than the WWE Championship, because obviously that's their flagship title. They're gonna make that the big thing. But it's also like they kind of make like, and when I say it make it seem like a secondary title, like a title that's not even worth being up there type shit. That's kind of sometimes how I feel like they treat the men's world heavyweight title. The women's world heavyweight title they treat, I feel like, fine. Like they, you know, have, you know, but I just feel like sometimes, especially since, you know, we've seen that Seth Rollins run with that world championship, the world champion just hasn't felt as compelling, you know? Like,
I don't blame that on Seth Rollins.
And no, I'm not. No, I'm not saying you do. I'm saying that the way they make that title feel, it don't feel like a world heavyweight championship. It feels like a glorified mid card title.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I'm saying, but it's like I feel like the writing was on the wall for that motherfucker. These 3 reasons.
Mm-hmm.
When Seth Rollins got his moment to defend the championship, he didn't do it on night 1. Bray, think about this. Hear me out. I know it sounds like I'm tweaking because night 1 was the tag team match. But hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say Seth Rollins couldn't defend his shit night 1? Win or lose. Still go on to the main event of that night and team with Cody Rhodes. Because then you ain't got to really do too fucking much. Or if you lose the match and not really fucked up or whatever, I can finish this match and everything. All I got to do is just be scarred because I ain't walking out of here with my championship.
Right.
I mean, at the same time, if we was going to turn Seth Rollins heel again anyways, that's a better reason. I lost my championship trying to defeat Cody, trying to help Cody Rhodes defeat Roman. And now I ain't got shit. But you get it?
Right. And even now, if you really want to play on that, like, because I think they say that Saturday Night Music is going to be November, he's going to defend his title against Punk. He could very much double back on that reason with Cody being like, you're kind of the reason I lost my title because I helped you in that tag match where we got our asses kicked by The Rock and Roman. And then the very next night, I had to jump up first thing in the morning and go defend a title while I'm still beat the fuck up. Yeah, you had to go defend your title later, but I still came out after getting my ass kicked and helped you win that motherfucker. No, I kind of get where you're coming from in that sense. I get where you're coming from.
I'm just saying WWE is basically saying whoever wins this Crown Jewel Championship, that's the biggest star.
That's the flagship for the next year until we get back to this Crown Jewel shit.
Think about this.
And it makes sense.
Now, you got to take Seth Rollins seriously.
And
Cody Rhodes, although you still have him as the face because the nigga selling t-shirts and kissing babies on the head. Seth Rollins now has to be in the best storyline of WWE. How can you do that without getting it stale? Is debatable. Because you can have Punk still jealous for Seth Rollins, but it's not going to look good on paper.
And this is where the rumor comes in. So we know what it is for WrestleMania next year going to be. We're saying we're finally going to see the conclusion honestly, I'm kind of thinking that Punk is going to win that world title either at Saturday Night Main Event or the Royal Rumble. But I think he's about to win that title sooner than we think. I don't think he's going to be at Mania.
But if that's the case, if that is a main event we get, the ending to Roman and Seth, fuck it, cool. But now that eliminates Punk winning the Rumble. And I don't think CM Punk won a Rumble, has he?
No, he's just winning twice.
So the fact of the matter is, if Punk not winning this motherfucker, that means Seth Rollins is not world champion. If CM Punk gets this motherfucker, who is going to the Rumble to face him? Because now you can do three things in this storyline. You can have Punk win at the Rumble, and Jay wins it. Not gonna see how people gonna feel about it. Maybe we gonna have to see a full heel Jay. Don't give a fuck. Stop all this eating shit, trying to please the fans and everything. A full heartless, cold-hearted motherfucker Jay Uso would have to be what we see. I don't know if WWE want to give up that merch sale, but if you can really put Jay Uso back on top a little bit more serious, why not?
And like I said, I think that was the issue with Jay Uso is that he's a gimmick. He's a merchant of this WWE shit. So it's like, at some point, I kept saying this, at some point, people are going to stop just bleeding. People are going to stop fucking caring because it's like, dude, that's all you fucking do because each time you get a title match or a big match, you can't pull through. So I think they are kind of trying to swing the pitch in the background and be like, okay, maybe we should start taking Jay a bit more serious.
Because I get it, Jay Uso is a little bit more older.
Mm-hmm.
But Jay Uso got a face that you can remember right now. Marketable. Handsome dude. Samoan. Got something that can interact with kids, make women stare at it, but also be some hype shit that you say with the homies. Why not put the nigga on television? But now, if you're worried about this nigga in the ring now, instead of worrying about market value, you can make this nigga mean. You can make this nigga a crash out again. And there's a chance that ratings go through the roof enough to where now you could extend Jay Uso main roster push for maybe another 3-4 years. Because I told you, in the next 7 years, I always say this, in the next 7 years, wrestling is going to shift a whole nother direction to now where it's like,
look how much
what the fuck is happening?
In the last 6 since AEW's existence. Look how much shit's changed.
Think about this. If we take away, I'm going to say 7 AEW wrestlers. I'm going to say we take away Kenny Omega. We take away both of the Young Bucks. We take away, who's another valuable motherfucker wrestling? You take away him,
take away
Swerve, Hangman, Daniel Garcia maybe? Nah, he young.
No. Moxley. Take away Mox.
Castagnoli.
Wrestling.
You think Castagnoli got?
I don't think he's that big. He's not that big of a draw though. Like, yeah, everybody loves him, but you got to think about, like, I'm thinking like huger names in AEW that kind of helped AEW kind of solidify what the fuck they came. Another huge name. It'll be like,
is there any women that got this value?
Yeah, it'll be like Rio.
Perfect person to end on 7. We push all of them out the company because in 7 years they're gonna be too old, given all this wear and tear on the wrestling.
Mm.
We now have to look around and be like, damn, who's growing into that main star? And I can say MJF because he right there. I could say
Kyle Fletcher.
Exactly.
Kyle Fletcher. Kevin Knight. He's shaping up to be a huge one.
Jack Perry, I could see holding the world championship.
Oh yeah, they've started really swinging the pendulum around.
Darby Allin
for sure. Brody King, they're gonna definitely start pushing him more.
See,
Bandito.
You gotta immediately think about who's gonna be the stars once all of these legends move the fuck out the way. Because now think about this: in 7 years, let's go on to the WWE side. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes.
Rhea's still really young. Rhea's only 29.
Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. R-Truth.
Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte, Bayley.
Mm-hmm. Naomi.
LA Knight. Kinda, because he ain't really had a world title to even be called legendary.
I would say. Who would be the other one? I'm trying to think of somebody who's been that bitch for a minute.
Kofi. Xavier.
Like, they have a lot of huger stars, but I see what you mean. Like, a lot of their talents are older names, and
exactly.
And WWE has done a great job with NXT and building up younger talent, but the age gap is still significant because these guys are still like the only one I can think of who's stupid young right now in WWE is like Jadon Evans and Sol Ruka. Like, I know they're young as fuck, but like those are the only two I can really. Oprah Fenby, I know he's young as hell. There's only a few I can think of who are young because like ain't Ricky Saints like in his 30s or something?
I think so.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's only a few of them over there I can think of, like, who are in their like young 20s that when they go up to the main roster at oldest they'll be like 27, 28.
I think of it like as this: when you think about wrestling right now, you think of the pillars of what you see on TV most of your time.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have to be Cody. Yeah. That would have to be Seth. That would have to be CM Punk. This is the issue with AEW. They shift TV. They switch a lot of matches and a lot of things off so much that you don't really understand what's going to be a storyline and what's just wrestling for real. So I don't get a chance to really see the main three pillars. So that's why I'm going to ask you, who are the three main pillars that you say are AEW's like three guys? If you got to put them niggas in the front line against somebody right now, who would you put them up against for Cody, Seth, Punk?
It would be Ospreay, Hangman, and Swerve.
So, the age gap between them niggas and the age gap between them niggas is a decent little difference. Not crazy, but a decent little difference.
Right.
Now, I tell you, draw a new line of three young guys in WWE. I mean, three young guys in AEW. I'm going to think of three young guys on their way to the top in WWE.
Kyle Fletcher, Kevin Knight, and
probably like Hook.
Mikey said, Javon Evans. This is what I mean, though. This is why it's hard to say that. Mm-hmm. Because WWE got such a weird problem to where Javon Evans, they always say, oh, you know, the young, like, you know, they always saying this moniker, the young OG. They always saying, you know, just like his age and everything and how impressive he is for his age. If they talked about that with some of these other kids in TNA, I mean, inside of the NXT area, it would be able to make this shit so much easier. Because I legit blacked out and thought to myself, who is young on the NXT roster?
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
that's like mainly what they should be talking about.
And I feel like it's, like I said, it's no shade to them, but it's the fact that it's kind of mixed crowd of like young and older people. It's not like how it was when NXT was first starting, when it was like
these are young independent wrestlers who only have like 4 or 5 years on their roster, maybe 10 at most.
But even then, they had this moment to where some older talent, some older stars from the main roster might come out and check out a match or two or wrestle out in this bitch. But it's mainly we focusing on the young people.
Right.
As WWE shifted with it, yeah, some older people came into NXT, but it was always younger based competitors with him. And it's basically was like, I'm the vet. Y'all got to beat the vet. It's basically like niggas going one-on-one with Jordan. I'm Jordan because I got the belt. So now you got to come beat me for that bitch. So I'm going to stand on top of the mountain and you got to come beat me up. And Adam Cole did that for what, 6 years? He had NXT in a chokehold for 6 fucking... It felt like 6 years. It might have been 3 or 4.
It might have been less than that.
It might have been 3 or 4, but it felt like 6 years.
I mean, I wasn't even watching WWE during that time, but I knew that like he was running NXT. That was his shit. That was his show.
An entire era.
He's the reason they invaded the main roster. He's the main reason that Survivor Series even got to include NXT.
It made me legit forget about how much we don't even hear about the age of these guys or anything like that. Because Tiffany Stratton, I feel, was the last person they did that shit for. Because when Tiffany Stratton was just not getting off a level up. People forget Tiffany Stratton was on NXT level up. There's no way in hell they are telling me that nobody else on that roster is around the same. It don't even gotta be 2-3 years. But at least like 4 years, 4-5 years from this nigga, like 25, 26. Cause he like what, 21 now?
Yeah, I think he's 21.
Yeah, 25, 26. You telling me ain't nobody just as talented on that motherfucking roster? To mention their age, because when they go to the main roster and everything in the next 2-3 years, that person ain't even gonna be in their 30s yet. They still got enough time to be the person that you gonna care about that you can grow to care about as a wrestling fan. Because think about this: Seth Rollins, once he came to the main roster, he came from NXT. I understand that, but people knew him as Tyler Black.
Right, that's what he was mostly known for. Like, honestly, I'm going to keep it a bug. I didn't even know he really had an NXT run, so I have to obviously do my research on him. When the Shield first debuted, I didn't really realize that was him.
Exactly. So it's like he had a name, but he didn't have a name because wrestling wasn't too mainstream. So now, if you think about it and everything, if y'all really want to work on homegrown talent now that y'all got this performance center shit all the way set up, y'all going out there and looking for the best athletes that y'all can push into the wrestling business and see how that shit work. It worked for Tiffany Stratton. I get that. It worked for a few other motherfucking talents, but it's not really showing on television wise. But it's still showing that, okay, we can go get younger talent. But y'all not telling us shit about this younger talent. Y'all just saying great move, blah, 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 blah. Y'all ain't hyping up talent. Y'all ain't hyping up age. Y'all ain't hyping up how impressive it is, how long they've been wrestling, what other sports they was into. All the fuck I hear about Obafemi is that this nigga is the ruler on fucking NXT. I don't know how old Obafemi is. I legit had to think about this.
20s, but you're right. Like, they should be talking about that more. Like, he's only X age and he's this impressive.
I would have thought this nigga was 30.
No, he's in
but
his 20s.
I had to think. I'm like, is he in his 20s or is he like 30 something?
But why aren't they telling us this?
Trick Williams, same way. I'm like, how old is Trick Williams? Is that nigga in his 30s?
I think he's either in his 30s
or he's
like
touching 20s.
Close. He's in his 20s?
I feel like he like 27, 28.
I think he's like his late 20s.
Yeah, like he pushing the 30. But he ain't that motherfucking far off to where you can put him in a main roster next year and still at least get like 7 more years out of him before you got to push him out and go find some new talent if he don't keep his body healthy.
Right.
If Trick Williams if Trick Williams can stay healthy, Trick Williams got at least like...
He's 31.
He 31.
He's 31.
Okay, so yeah, you got at least about 7 more years if he keep his body healthy, stay lean and everything. To then, like I said, after you push him out the door, you can find somebody again that can keep wrestling and filling seats up for the next 7 years and push off of that shit. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yo.
we got our boy LC from 773.
Chris.
We were just talking about something. We were talking about how basically, like, who is your three main guys for AEW and who's your three main guys for WWE? Like right now, like on current television. It can be vets if you want.
Well, AEW wise, and it's because I've been seeing like I like the consistency of the wrestler. Now that we really get to see him do shit pretty much everywhere. Konosuke Takeshita. Takeshita is one of the for sure like sleeper ones in the start of the year. I was like, all right, I know they trying to present him as like another like Kota Ibushi, Okada, like when it's like for no reason, everybody got something different to them. Like his version of strong style and the way that he wrestles is completely different from everybody else's version of that. So I get him that one. Tony Storm for obvious reasons, you know, timeless for sure. I don't even really got to go too much into detail on that. Cause she outbeating a lot of the men with what they're doing. You got to get credit when it's due. And I mean, final person on the AEW side, I'll honestly have to go with. I mean, honestly, because I just want to see where it might be going. Instead of it being one person, I'd say Jack Perry and Luchasaurus. I want to see kind of where this
Okay,
is going.
you'll put a tag team right there. I give you that.
Yeah,
They
it's
can
not
count
really
that as
just like
own
a
thing.
single person that's really doing something. It's not really any like storylines going on at the point where it's like, all right, these the next few feuds lined up for this time going forward.
Because
It's
even
like
then, like that
somehow
Bandino and
Brody, though, yeah.
yeah,
Brody King.
I like that shit. Like that shit cold.
Oh,
Like
Yeah,
I fuck
that's
with that
yeah.
heavy.
one of
Bandito,
Sav's favorite
that's a
tags
good
right now.
tag team. It's like shit. Sometimes you get it by chance. Like as much as they talk about the Don Callis family, he has a literal lineup of pure fucking talent
That
for
nigga has the
like shit.
96 Bulls right now, bro. This shit is
Hell, and
unfair.
that's the thing. People are talking shit about the little small things, but you got to
Wait,
understand.
wait,
Look
hold
at
up.
who in his
Let me
face.
just ask this though. Ain't everybody damn near on Don Callis' team still young niggas? Like young motherfuckers? He don't got the goddamn 96 Bulls.
More
He got the
so,
fucking Thunder this
he
year.
no.
This nigga just got last year's
He got
Thunder
range. You
team.
still got Lance Archer,
I would say he
who
got a couple
knows his
old dudes
shit.
on there. Like he got Okada, he got
Dan
Andrade, he
Callis
got
is the
Lance Archer, he
mind
got
of it.
Trent Beretta, he
Okay.
got
I mean,
yeah,
Hechicero, he
Nah,
got a whole
Hechicero,
different
yeah.
wrestling style, and it's not even just like a Mexican strong style. He got
okay,
it's
so
not even just we ain't even gonna relate it to the '96 Bulls.
He
It's
got a
a
nice
fucking
little
all
fusion of
star
like
he
team.
got
young and old niggas.
okay, so he got the all time lineup.
Like
He got the all
honestly, like
stars.
it's kind of pushing like 95 US team like levels
Oh,
of
he
shit.
got a
If you
dream
go
team.
It's almost damn there
if you
like
gonna
Oh,
that,
put
Gay.
okay.
together
Yeah,
a
the
That
faction of
the
people
shit's not
that can
fair.
randomly
I
Shit's
put
not
got
something
you.
fair,
together,
Gay.
I got you now.
that's who you can go with.
I got you. The nigga got the all time dream team. The nigga got everybody on that motherfucker. I got y'all now. I got y'all.
Because everybody can do everything on the team. It's no like
No, for real.
it's no open space. You got Rocky Romero first of all. We ain't even touched on who Rocky Romero is as what
Niggas
he
don't know about
does
Rocky.
really. Like
See? But
a
now
lot
give
of
three
the Western
WWE
audience,
guys.
they man on the WWE side, obvious reasons. Seth, if you gonna put the company on somebody back that's been able to carry the shit for a minute, Seth is one of those guys.
Very true.
After Seth, I would have to say, shit, honestly, John. Even though he on the outs going out, he reached that pinnacle, 17 world titles, and it's actually documented. It's no extra like, oh, he won a title in fucking Peru and they not counting that or something like that. And
Yeah.
shit, honestly, my last person is because I know he for sure gonna be something when he get up there. Obafemi.
Okay. Now,
And reason I say over because hopefully they don't botch it because I mean it's not in his hands.
I don't think you
But
can watch that. I don't think
you
you
can
can.
botch
I
if
don't
I don't
they
think.
know,
botch
man. We didn't see
Oscar,
some generational talent get
Nakamura,
crumbled.
Balor. But it's a lot of people
As
that have
long,
been given
I feel
shit and
you
they
on that.
haven't been able to do nothing with that.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that 100%.
Shit,
But
to be
nigga,
honest,
think
they kind of
about.
botched Omar.
See, here's the thing.
He had to go elsewhere.
Omos
And
is too fucking tall for you to take him
But Omos
serious
can
against
move,
any
though, is the thing,
competitor.
though. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Omos can
His
still move.
look, and then his ability. If he tall as fuck like that, Great Khali, terrible knees.
Right.
Big Show, terrible knees. Kane, terrible knees. Undertaker, terrible fucking knees. Every nigga that is 6 foot plus got terrible fucking knees, and that's not on them, but it's the truth. So like that 7 years, like I told you, you cut that shit down to 3.5 with somebody tall. If they've been wrestling for at least 3-4 years prior before that. Cause that 7 years on a tall motherfucker gonna wear a motherfucker out completely. Yao Ming, even if we ain't talking about the sport of wrestling no more, running up and down that motherfucking court for what 6 years, and Yao Ming was injured every time he was every time the nigga was in the league, he was an all-star, and the nigga couldn't barely play in the all-star games. The nigga just was voted in because they loved that nigga that much. Nigga didn't have to do anything. He was just loved and cared about. That's the Big Show, Kane, and the Great Khali in one fucking sentence when you describing them niggas. He was favored. He didn't have to be that guy. We just love the nigga because he was in the background. Omos can still be that and get him an IC title run. When I'm looking at Oba fucking Femi, that's a freight train that's moving through this motherfucker. Roman Reigns walk up on Oba Femi. I think Oba Femi gonna take Roman Reigns' arm off and smack his ass over his fucking scalp with that motherfucker. Roman Reigns
if you're gonna pass
next to Oba Femi look like a full-on fighter. I got money on Oba
Right.
winning.
That's your next big guy.
But in to counter that point, Gunther.
Gunther for sure.
To counter that
and I
point,
ain't even mean to
Gunther,
leave him out. It's
because they
nothing against what he
debuted him
has
fucking
done.
powerful as fuck on the main roster.
Yeah.
Then look how his fucking world title run went. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying they're gonna not fuck up Oba Femi, but I'm like, it's always that chance.
I get that. But let me rock with this.
Mm-hmm.
We also missed
when we think about this,
doing something decent with that US title.
Gunther was already out there in the independence and everything like that. And again, Gunther ain't no spring chicken either. Gunther still fall on that 7-year motherfucking line too for myself personally. Just like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, they got 7 more years possibly if they take care of themselves.
Even though
Gunther on that same motherfucking thing.
And Roman,
yes, that's what I'm saying.
WWE.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like,
already out doing.
Yeah, like they was already out doing shit, so therefore their body has already been through more damage already before coming to the WWE, getting on that schedule and fucking their body up some more. I can't say them niggas gonna be wrestling for 7 more years. I can say Oba Femi will be wrestling in 7 more years.
Who is the next 3 to be looking at between those?
Exactly. Who is that for WWE for you personally? Before I get finishing up mine,
I can go right off the top of my head. Oba, Javon, and it's gonna come down to these two. And I know these two women are pretty great at what they doing with it right now. But Sol Ruka or Jada Parker, for sure.
Those were Sol Ruka.
I had a trouble thinking about it. Legit.
It's like
It's because
it's
they
right there
don't
in front of
explain
us.
ages. They don't really give us like an explanation of ages to why we should be impressed with these motherfuckers. So it's like you
I
doing?
mean, even if you look at the whole MFT situation, like if we would have got Gorillas of Destiny earlier, well, right after they full on Bullet Club run, if they would have just went over immediately from there, then yeah, you know, probably would have got like to see something different during that time frame. But they really in like the pinnacle of their career going on now. It's like Jeff Cobb, he'd already been there, done that everywhere pretty much. Like the only thing he would probably go back to New Japan for is the world title. A lot of them only would be going back to try to get the world title. So I mean, even in like a Finn Balor situation, if they just was to randomly release him how they did Wes Lee, you could see him going after this world title.
We gonna
Real
make that
quick,
up.
why did you just reopen that wound? I've been playing Battlefield 2 all weekend and fucking long. I forgot they fucking released Wesley.
Bro,
Triple H, if I ever
I
catch you,
can't
nigga,
forget.
it's on site.
You can't forget, bro. You gonna let him go at this? It's like I understand
Like, you know
trying
what's
to
kind of fucked up, too? When was the last time we saw that nigga on TV, bro?
It was not too long ago. It was not too long
I don't know,
ago.
bro. Like, I really don't watch NXT like that, but like, I watch the highlights, and I feel like I just haven't seen him on TV in a hot grip.
The real question, I feel you. The real question is, when did the effect that like Wesley had against wrestling? Because when you thought of NXT, when you was thinking of the future, you thought Obafemi, you thought Wesley because Javon Evans wasn't there yet,
You
and you
thought
thought
Carmelo Hayes?
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes and Trick.
Him. That boy was him.
now when you think of the future of NXT now, you got to think of homegrown talent. So you got to think of Javon Evans.
Obafemi.
You got to think of Oprah. But now that third person,
Javon was DPW before he was in NXT. Javon not
but even
homegrown.
then, no. I'm talking about homegrown, like name wise.
Like, main exposure.
Okay,
Like,
okay,
yeah,
I feel
obviously,
you.
like, he
I mean,
was
once
huge
they
in
put the new name
BPW
on,
and
yeah.
shit, but like, he got his big break in WWE. That's when everybody learned who the fuck he was.
Exactly.
It's not like
they
he like,
actually,
did some like stellar shit like Ring of Honor, and that's where everybody kind of knew him from. It's like, oh, nah, he's
right.
that
He wasn't
WWE.
in no main. He wasn't in a main phase
Right,
company or one
yeah.
of the top regional companies. I feel you. And you
Oh,
see,
we gonna
I
have to
can
turn
start
this into
looking
a
at it
different
that way
conversation.
now. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I can start
we
looking
gonna
at
make
it from
this a
that
whole different
perspective now.
conversation.
That's why I be
I
like,
fuck with
shit,
that.
based off the way y'all break it down, that's the best way to go about it.
All right, kicks on the ropes. LC, what's your shoe of the week for the sneaker culture?
LC has a shoe of the week that I found randomly, and this was from one of the guys that he got a laundry mag. He was like, "Man, I know you do like shit with shoes and stuff like that. You might come across it again." I'm like, I doubt it.
Hmm.
The Jordan 2s.
Ooh.
Never had a pair myself because I was under the impression like they wouldn't look right on my feet. But I got big
They do
ass
come
feet,
big as
so
hell.
yeah. But they look right. They don't look like the fucking space boots like the first LeBrons when they came out. They not like that, but they
Every
actually
LeBron
decent.
chunky, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
16.
These
Well, I mean, everything after
yeah.
15 is cool, but everything 15 down was big chunky than a
Of course,
motherfucker.
beefy, super beefy.
Only shoes that get a slide on that shit was LeBron 11, LeBron 8, because the South Beach, and then maybe the LeBron 6. Those are
And
only
I
three that
got a
get an
Christmas
exception.
ones
Everything
a
else was
pass
chunky.
too. Them Christmas ones that came out like 2016, 2017, I think.
Oh yeah, niggas had that shit. Oh yeah, every.
Oh yeah, I almost fully convinced my pops to drop like 300 on them all. I was quite sure on that one, but then I'm like, nah, season coming up, we got wrestling stuff they got to get paid for.
WWE ID program did drop out of that. Just not re-signing and shit. So that's kind of interesting and kind of wanted to see how that plays going forward. Like if more people are just going to drop out or if people are like re-sign to it to kind of see where the future of that's going. That's pretty fucking huge. Wrestle Dream coming up this weekend. They're gonna probably finalize the card on Wednesday. Got a nice little Dynamite and Collision taping coming up on Wednesday. Seems like a double tape episode, so that'll be turned. I don't know if they've announced anything for Raw yet. Oh, that is one thing I want to touch on. My coworker, he's a huge fan of WWE, so we always are talking about like wrestling and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of been noticing like they've been kind of waiting to like later and later to announce the matches or what the fuck is happening on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown now. Have y'all kind of peeped that?
Yeah.
Like they'll kind of wait last minute somewhat now.
I feel like it's more of along the line.
They don't be doing the day. They do it like the day of.
Like I thought they used to like literally do it like at least like 24 hours before.
Well, like the thing is, like they would like kind of casually like build it up throughout the week. Like, oh, this is gonna happen next week. Then like Friday Night SmackDown, like okay, this is gonna happen. Then like Sunday, they'll be like, okay, we got these. And on Monday, they'll kind of like finalize it out. But now it's kind of like everything's coming out within like a 2 to 3 hour time frame of the show happening on what the fuck's gonna happen on like SmackDown or Raw.
I guess they trying to keep the leaks away. I guess.
I mean, yeah, but like it's not gonna.
I mean, if you gonna kind of program a good match, you need to have a good match up against that. But it's like if you're gonna have a sleeper up against something like a great promo, like if John Cena talking, I can watch that over watching James Ellsworth fight Eugene or some shit. I could switch between the channels.
Right.
It's like it depends on what's countering that.
So yeah, no, that's kind of been interesting. Other than that, oh, the other interesting thing, because the fucking internet wrestling community is a fucking bunch of weirdos and they can't just enjoy wrestling for what it is. Apparently, they've changed how the rating system works for how we get like the TV rating numbers and everything. Apparently, that's that's dramatically changed. So like, the numbers have just completely like taken a down sweep for AEW and WWE. Like it's both sides just downward, but it's just because how the new system is calculated, I guess.
How the fuck do you implement a new system when motherfuckers can't even agree on the simple shit? How the fuck did they agree on a new system?
I don't know, man, because as the broadcasters, because it's like all the TV broadcasting shit, it's like nothing to do with like the actual wrestling world. It's like the TV broadcasting, like that company who, like, you know, projects out like, oh, Jimmy Kimmel had 13 million people watching him on cable. That company, that's the ones who report that shit. So I guess they changed their format on how it's calculated now. So the shows are like starting to show like hella less numbers, than how they typically were. I don't know how they calculate it now. I didn't even know how they calculated it previously, but for your weird wrestling fans, yeah. So if you see a downtick for AEW and WWE, that's why.
Well,
and see,
now
it's not too many of us that give a fuck about a rating
y'all want to do
system.
stats and analytics?
I just don't give a fuck. I just don't get why wrestling fans care so much about fucking stats, bro. Watch the fucking wrestling.
That's
God damn.
Why
does it matter if AEW's doing less numbers than they did last week's episode? Nigga, they got people in the building, right? Okay, watch the fucking show.
My question always is, did you watch the show? Did you enjoy it? If not, do it matter? Like, we don't give our insight on what we feel about it.
It's television. They're going to have good episodes. They're going to have bad episodes. Not every episode you're going to fucking like. It's entertainment. It's subjective. It's subjective.
Literally, if they was to say every single episode of Raw that came out from the very first show to now was terrible because it wasn't on Netflix. That's like them trying to say that shit. The one Netflix wasn't even around, or you got the fact of what that shit even matter. You got a lot of people that don't even use the internet, so you're not even accounting for the people that was just strictly cable. Or just strictly just watching the shit off a channel.
Yeah.
Nah, people like stats now. That's like
That's
basketball. You gotta do
literally
stats.
been the trend of 2025. Because I even feel like last year it wasn't this bad, but this year that's all they do is track how many tickets are being sold for wrestling shows, track how the shows are performing, tracking the demographics, tracking all this shit. But it's like, okay, why the fuck does this matter as a wrestling fan? Are we the guys working on the shows, or are we the fucking
they
fans?
tried to do that thing where they was going up against AEW, and it was like they tried to say it was a fabricated number or something, but it was like that's how many tickets they actually sold and had people like asses in seats. Aside from
literally
online ticket sales and the people not coming in, they just counting that. So I mean, if you count the people that's sitting in the chairs watching this, and not the people that just paid for a ticket and didn't show up. So I mean,
and that's what it is, and that's the thing people need to realize is that when these companies are saying these numbers, they're counting everybody in the seat, and they're counting everybody who is not a performer in that arena. So like, unless like a page like I think it's WrestleTix on Twitter comes out and says these are the official numbers we have directly from the venue, we will not know how many people were at that fucking venue until the venue themselves come out.
Yeah, because at that point you might as well
we've seen this multiple times from both
count the roaches in the corner too.
Fabricate numbers to make it seem more popping than what it really was. That's the thing of it. You're gonna want to make your shit seem. Why would you want to say, oh, we didn't sell as many tickets as we did our last show? Nah, nigga, we popping just like we was last week.
Right, like I'm gonna overdo my numbers.
Because why the fuck would I want to make it seem like we're doing bad?
Even if you're not selling out, you still need to sell something. It's entertainment.
Exactly.
Pretty
if
much.
you can't sell the product to me of what you're trying to promote, I'm not gonna watch it.
Thank you. I'm not gonna
like,
I'm not gonna feel like it's worth my time to get invested.
Yeah, even if they did lie and say that the numbers was like, oh, well, we had 70,000 people in there, you're going to have somebody watch the next week trying to look for 70,000 people again. So that's an extra
get lost in the wrestling.
Right. It's like they're not even thinking about the wrestling itself. You worried about the people that's in the crowd.
And that's what makes me wonder, like, are these niggas even wrestling fans, or are they just people just looking to stir shit? Because that's one thing I've kind of peeped about 2025 is I don't think people are necessarily unhappy. I think people are just looking for something to bitch about this year. They just want something to complain about, to like voice some type of frustration. I've really noticed that this year. Like, no matter what it is, you got that one nigga being like, well, I didn't like this because they did this and it's like, okay, nigga, that's your opinion, but why the fuck are you trying to come after people who are genuinely enjoying it?
I feel you. But at the same time, I also think that it is fans in the wrestling world, but it's a specific ratio of fans.
Mm-hmm.
The ones who like WWE, the one who's likes AEW. Every nigga that loves AEW because they an indie scene circuit fan, but only wants to stick to that because they don't want to seem like a WWE fan junkie.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to say AEW put out the best product because it's always new stars, it's always somebody popular. These new WWE fans, or these old motherfuckers that really can't get a grip on it, are like, all that indie shit cool. Just come over here and do it, and we can love you. But while you over there, it's fuck you.
Oh, they like, we only want to see lockups.
I love how you wrestle. I just want you to wrestle over here against Seth Rollins for 2 weeks.
You mean 2 years?
And it's like
that.
If
like
we had an
key.
open door policy already on independent contractors, you already outsourcing the talent elsewhere. What's so hard about working together to bring the best product there is while we still can?
And that's the thing that pisses me off is that, like,
Perth was singing Edge's full
their
theme song in the
high
post
horse for 2 seconds, I'm sure Tony Khan would be more than willing to work with them, and they would put on a crazy, like, Forbidden Door, Worlds Collide type
most
event.
of the guys are not even just WWE guys, but y'all got friends everywhere. You telling me?
Like, literally, like, there's so many people who have friends. Yeah.
Coke to go be Edge for a show. Chris Jericho,
and guess what?
he should
I'm
be
sure
allowed
Tony
to go
Khan
every
would have no
day.
problem doing that, But Tony Khan's worried at the same time because he's like, I don't know. The last time I let one of my dudes go over there to do a show, they straight clowned on us.
Yeah. Because
so it's like I wouldn't blame him. He was like, no, I don't feel comfortable doing that because it's like, yeah, what are you gonna do? You're gonna let one of my guys who I have under contract come back over so you can get on commentary and talk shit about us? Why the fuck would I let him come back over?
And it's like it's not even talking shit in a way of they trying to build something between it. It's just
it's literally just tearing down.
It's just disrespect. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just trying to tear him down.
I feel y'all. And then before we get up out of here, we get into final thoughts from the kid. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I gotta talk about Crown Jewel just one more time. Just the fact of it being in Australia. WWE, if you have a show that starts at 6 or 9 a.m. in the morning, just know Jada Kid will not be watching. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Ain't no way in hell you expect for me to get up early as fuck to watch this motherfucking wrestling. If it was gonna be out there, make that shit exclusive to Australian eyes. I'm sorry. Make that shit a live event.
I would say, or do some other shit to like
watching it.
Or do it somewhere like to where like it can happen live in Australia, then it gets streamed later here in the States at like a more convenient time for us or some shit. Cause like
fake this shit.
Right? Like 7 a.m. is insane.
Yeah.
You really think I'm finna? You think I love the game that much to where I don't want 8 hours?
And then they talk about doing shows in Japan, so it's like those shows will be at like 4 in the fucking morning.
Fuck out of here! I'm not wasting.
Yeah, bro. I used to wake up to watch
my
Wrestle
motherfucking
King
morning watching some
faithfully.
shit because my favorite wrestler lose. And I just woke up at 6 in the morning. I just watched this nigga lose with a fresh pair of eyes. I'm not watching the rest of the event. I'm turning that shit off. I'm not turning it back on, and I'm going to bed. I'm not doing this shit in the morning. My emotions are fucked up at 8 in the morning. And you think I'm finna immediately start watching wrestling?
Fully until I saw AJ.
Just imagine.
Okay, they doing something else.
Just imagine this. If they did Money in the Bank early as hell and John Cena the last match in the afternoon time at like 12 in the afternoon, you watching Jeff Hardy climb up that motherfucking ladder, getting his moment to grab a briefcase and get one more opportunity to get to the spotlight. And you hear Brock Lesnar music. He come down, push Jeff Hardy off the motherfucking ladder. Jeff Hardy fall into the crowd, fucking hit his face on like 17 different chairs.
That is wild. Your imagination, bro.
And Brock Lesnar take his ass back up to the top, go get the briefcase, and now he's sitting there happy as hell. Think about this sentence being said by Michael Cole. Brock Lesnar is a 2-time Money in the Bank winner. That shouldn't be a sentence, but it is.
I don't put anything past the Fed at this point.
The fact that it's literally... I'm just saying, we got to be realistic. Because if you saw that shit at 8 in the morning, Bray, you'd be pissed off that
I'll probably never watch again.
Chris, if you saw that shit, if you saw Sting in that same predicament, same scenario I just told you, you saw that shit at 7:35 in the morning.
That'll fuck my day up.
Exactly. I'm not watching wrestling when my emotions are just now started. You gotta catch me mid-afternoon, midday, nighttime.
After F5,
don't
do it. Suplex. And then he slammed against the table.
No.
And then he just
wiping
the paint
off
his face. I'm going to lose my shit.
My emotions is not going to be good in the morning time because if I got to give you a review in the morning time too, it's going to make it seem like I'm the biggest hater.
But like, in a situation like that, niggas going to get death threats. I'm not going to say who's getting them, but in a situation like that, niggas might get death threats. Like,
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
So, just know that if it's going to be in Australia or somewhere where I got to get the fuck up early.
I'm fucking up everybody there at that venue up. whole show getting canceled because of me.
Yeah, no. So, whenever y'all going and doing early morning shit, no Jesse won't be watching. No Jada Kid won't be watching. Jesse will be getting sleep so he can prepare to watch and be Jada Kid. But I'm not going to be Jada Kid in the morning time because if I am, I'm going to talk shit the fullest. That I had to wake up and see what the fuck I
Yo, be
saw.
calling
Y'all gonna
motherfuckers,
think
pacing
y'all gonna
around.
think Tony Khan paid me commission for every cuss word I drop. But other than that though, we gonna get ready to get up out of here and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I am Jay the Kid. That's Broke Boy Bray. We got our boy LC from 773 rocking some of the green merch today. We got the Rey Mysterio
Yo, got that
mask,
young Rey
balaclava.
Mysterio for y'all.
Who's that jumping out the
Take pride in
sky?
it.
It's
Who
just
that
three
guy- who
niggas
that
that.
nigga?
It's just three niggas and two of them need retwists.
Shit, who you telling?
That's why I said,
Son,
nigga, I ain't had one since the wedding. It's bad up
This a
here.
lot, bro. Yeah,
Huh.
honestly, I started looking right after.
But ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of Four Roads Full Podcast. One thing that we always want to thank you for, LC from 773. What is that?
Thank you for wrestling.
And we out. Peace.
Deuces.